Alexia Connor is live along I-295 this morning, where speeds have been reduced. Good morning. What are we looking like out there, Alexia?
Well, Jeff, I have to tell you, these conditions out here are really brutal. You know, this is our first hit of a long morning, and I can tell you the winds are very strong, and the snow is actually really just whipping with these winds.
Let's check in with John Chrysos. He is driving to the Cumberland County Sheriff's Department to meet up with them for a ride along. John, how's it going so far? I know we checked in with you before. It was just so difficult to see.
Yeah, Jan, it certainly was. We're glad to have switched over to the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office SUV now. Deputy Joe Dyer is behind the wheel. And what have you seen? Any crashes? Any people going off the road at this point? I mean, you mentioned that most people were staying home, but any activity at all?
We've been hearing some slide-offs and a few minor accidents, to my knowledge. We haven't had anything ourselves as of yet.
All right, well, let's hope that continues to be the case and things stay fairly uneventful for the rest of the storm. But if things do change as far as crashes and accidents and any road warnings, we'll be sure to bring those to you live this morning.
Lewiston is where we want to send things now. That's where Katie Sampson has been live since 6 this morning. Katie, how is everything going in Lewiston? We've heard there haven't been many reports of accidents or that many problems.
We are not a lot of accidents, but wow, check out this wind that we're experiencing right now. Every couple of minutes we get these hefty gusts of wind, about 40 miles per hour at some times. It really is crippling out here. And, you know, we talk about the road conditions, we talk about the sky conditions, but what about the sidewalks? This is what some pedestrians are experiencing right now. Yeah, good luck. Good luck out there if you're heading out in Lewiston today, because this is what you're going to be dealing with in certain spots.
Let's check in with Marissa Bodner, who is live in Sebago Lake area, and to talk about how this has progressed up there, just gotten worse over the last 6 to 7 hours you've been up there.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Definitely not quite as much snow here. I believe it's about 8 inches here in Naples where we are along Route 302. The story here has really been the wind. It's just howling. It's really blowing in strong, especially off of Long Lake. It stings your cheeks. And that has created a lot of problems as far as visibility. I know when we were driving in this morning, it was very hard to see, just whiteout conditions. We now, though, our live truck is a little bit snowed in because all those plows have been sending the snow right along our tires. So I am going to send it back to you guys, and I am going to start digging out so that we can get out of here. Back to you.
A reporter's work is never done, right, Marissa? All right, you take care. Thanks. Well, meanwhile, the coast is taking a real beating from this storm right now.
That's right. That's where the worst of the blizzard is, and that's where we find Brad Rogers live this noon. Now, Brad, it doesn't seem what type of season, whether it's winter, summer, fall, or, of course, spring. It always seems like Camp Ellis gets absolutely pummeled, and just like today, huh?
Yeah, it really is, Jeff and Kim. I tell you, earlier today, the waves are just crashing over the rocks behind me. Right now, it's low tide, so we don't have to worry about that. But we do have here is a blizzard-like conditions.
We're right along 295 in Portland, and yes, speed limits have been reduced to 40 miles per hour. Some cars are still on the roads. I've actually been surprised this morning at just how many cars are still just venturing out onto the roads. Now, along the main turnpike, speeds are also reduced down to 45 miles per hour. Now, notice on the roadways, still a lot of snow, and that's mainly just because of the blowing snow. We've seen a lot of snow plows out here. They've been trying to clear these roads, but it's just hard to do on a day like today when there's these strong winds and all this blowing snow. Now, just to show you how much snow is blowing around, take a look right here where I'm standing. This is actually a guardrail I have to dig to try and get. It's here somewhere. Up there it is. I found it, but you know, when we were out here starting at 4:30 this morning, you could see it easily. It was just a few inches of snow.
The snow and wind, just a really bad combination. And you know, all day, all morning, we've been saying, don't go out on the roads if you don't have to. I just want to show you really why that's the case. I just took our news car for a loop around the block here on Main Street in Lewiston, and it really was actually terrifying because visibility is already bad. Then you also have to deal with this ice and snow just caked onto these windshield wipers, and I just cleaned these off just a few minutes ago. It really is unavoidable, and you're not going to be able to get a clear windshield when you're using these windshield wipers. So once you get on this road where visibility is already bad, it's just not a good situation. It's really not something that you want to be out in.
CBS 13's Jared Pelletier has been covering the blizzard from that area down in Sanford. He joins us right now live where the snow continues to fall down there. Huh, Jared?
Yeah, Jeff, you know, it's been a busy day for me and trying to keep you guys updated and make sure that our live truck does not get stuck when it is time for me to go home. Take a look at the sidewalk. Pretty clean, right? I can't take credit for that. These people at this store have been keeping it clear, trying to keep up with the snowfall. That's a sidewalk that was shoveled minutes ago. Take a look over here. This is part of the parking lot that was plowed just about an hour ago, and it's really hard to tell just how much snow that is. Unless you take a look right over here to my left. This bank is from all the snow that we've seen so far. I'm about 5'6", not the tallest guy in the world, and it's right about my head level. So it is very high, a lot of snow to deal with, but there is one thing that shovelers and snowplow drivers are thankful for right now.
It's been busy. It's been crazy. Just lots of stuff to do, plenty to do, hit it, can't keep up, because as soon as you're done, they call and say, hey, did you plow this yet? So just keep busy, keep at it, I guess.
And what they're thankful for is, and you might be able to tell now with this wind whipping, is just how light this snow is. So it's kind of bittersweet. It's easy to move, but it does just spray it all over the place. A lot for people to deal with now, and it's just going to keep up like this through the rest of the night.
This snow is whipping around us. When I don't have these on, I am just squinting. I can barely see, and that's exactly what people who are walking around this area are experiencing. And of course, the wind gusts are also responsible for some outages in the area. Oh wow, here we go. Take a look here. This is awesome. This is what I've been waiting for. How is it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Awesome. See, I need to join in. I have my ski goggles on. And here's some more. The first skiers I've seen of the day. This is fantastic. All right, well, as you can see, a lot of people are taking advantage of this snow as long as you stay safe. It's awesome to see out there. Live in Lewiston, we'll send it back to you guys.
We need to get the woman some skis, huh?
Oh, yes, you got half the equipment anyway, Katie.
The tide is starting to come in, so that's going to be a concern here this afternoon as when high tide hits at around 4:20 or so. I'm going to pan over here and check out some of the waves there you can see behind me. But it's pretty rough out there. Certainly no one's out there boating, just as no planes are flying today as well. I'm standing in a little over a foot of snow right now, and so I tell you, it's pretty deep right here, and we've also got some drifts here, anywhere from 4 to 5 feet. So we're going to send it back to the studio now as we head back into the car to get warm.
Well, Greg, making our way out here from the Portland area was really like night and day. Conditions in Portland actually weren't too terrible compared to what it's like here. Driving out here, road conditions, visibility got significantly worse. Now here in Sanford, if you take a look down at the roads, you really can't even tell what part is the road and what part is the sidewalk because there's so much snow out here. As you can see, plows have been making their way around. We actually saw people cheering as the plows went by their house a little bit earlier. Coming out here too, we actually had to stop twice because our windshield wipers froze while we were driving. So a lot of obstacles on the road, as we've been telling you all day. If you don't have to go out, definitely in your best interest to stay inside, stay safe, stay warm. To give you a little bit of an idea as to how much snow is out here, you can see the snowbank from some of the plowing that's been happening throughout the morning, throughout the day here. I'm about 5'2", and this bank is already almost up to my head here. Now, there's still, as you can see, tons of snow coming down. We're expecting more. We're seeing plows coming around, and for the most part, not too many cars on the road, thankfully, here, but a lot of walkers. For now, we'll toss it back to you.
Take a look. These are, this guy is hard at work, and just look at all that snow. This is definitely what we like to see. These roads are definitely getting really cleared up. The wind has just been so strong. We've seen wind gusts around 40 miles per hour. That's obviously making it really tough, and it's piling up on the sidewalks as well. We ran into one pedestrian, one man who was walking from Lewiston to Auburn. Here's what he said about the conditions.
A lot of drifting, there's a lot of heavy, deep snow, and I mean, it's hard walking. No matter where you go, it's very difficult. I mean, and the visibility is terrible. Like I said, it's just, if I was anybody, I'd want to have them stay inside today.
This is CBS 13 News, live at 5.
Definitely a storm to remember. The blizzard of 2015. Right now, travel is difficult and dangerous at best.
The heavy snow and howling winds have shut down businesses and schools up and down the East Coast.
We have team coverage tonight, including Greg, who is out in the thick of it tonight, helping us bring you the important information that you need to know. This storm is still going strong and the snow continues to pile up.
A reminder for residents here, there is a parking ban here in Lewiston, runs until tomorrow at noon, so something to keep in mind. And again, city officials urge you to just stay inside if you can. Right now, I want to send things over to Brad Rogers. He's in Camp Ellis right now. Brad, how are things looking over there?
Well, it's pretty miserable here in Camp Ellis. We just hit high tide about a half hour ago, and the waves are still crashing over the rocks behind me here. We can't get any closer, really, because if we get any closer, we're going to get wet, and the camera equipment doesn't work that well with salt water. But I tell you, it's been windy. It has been like this all day. Take a look at some of the video earlier, in fact, that we have today. The waves, the wind, the snow, whiteout conditions really all day today. And it's just really been incredible out here.
It's really been a flurry of activity here around Route 302. Plows have been in and out of this gas station, fueling up. They've really been at it because this blizzard isn't letting up. The snow is still falling so hard. The winds are gusting right around 20, it seems like, here in the North Windham area. And for now, I want to send things over to CBS 13's Katie Sampson, who's in Lewiston. And Katie, how are things looking out there?
Pretty much the same, Marissa, and city officials still urging residents here to stay off the roads. We're going on almost 12 hours out here, and it really has not let up. We're at more than 20 inches here in Lewiston. You can see it's really piling up, especially here with snow drifts. Now, take a look at this video. This is some of what we've seen over the course of the day. Really high winds. That's making it really tough for snowplow crews across the area. And this is really the case across the entire state. Some people are ditching the cars and they're heading for the sidewalks. They're walking where they need to go. Others are putting on their skis and they're skiing around town.
How would you describe it where you are at this point?
Well, guys, I am warm and dry, boots on the ground right now. We just relieved our other crew who is here since 4 a.m. and it's uncomfortable being out here for even just a few minutes. But as you mentioned, some big snow totals here, 16 inches in Portland. And you can see as I just start kind of climbing here, it's going right up to my knees, and I know that I'm not even touching the ground. So some pretty significant snow here, but I will tell you it's actually hard to kind of count how much snow we're getting because of these amazing wind gusts that are coming across. You see 295, they've been clearing it pretty well, but you can see the road below it because the wind is just blowing the snow right across 295, and then it is collecting here on the side of the road.
Let's go ahead and check with Courtney Highfield live there at Higgins Beach. Dying to ask, Courtney, any surfers out there right now during this storm?
No, Greg, there are no surfers. There are a couple brave souls behind me. I think, oh, sorry, it's hard to talk. Guys, it is so windy out here. Like I was saying, there are a couple people behind me, very brave, taking pictures. Yep, you can see them over there. I don't recommend coming outside, but if you got to come outside and take pictures, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Now, we drove here from Westbrook. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the roads. 302 in Westbrook, I would stay off of. It wasn't very clear. We hit Brighton Avenue after that. That was okay. Cars were driving all right, going the speed limit. You know, it looked to be pretty clear. Then we stopped on 95. I would say that is the best road out of them all. Cars weren't struggling. They were going okay. They weren't sliding off the roads, and I could actually see the road.
This is Fox 23 News at 10.
Well, right now, cars are buried, roads are covered, and we're digging out from about 2 feet of snow.
As we look live outside in Portland, giant snow piles are only getting bigger right now, and dangerous whiteout conditions are making it nearly impossible to see at times.
And Fox 23 is on your side with live coverage of this now about 24-hour storm event from Portland to the coast in York County, one of the hardest hit areas.
And we do begin with Chief Meteorologist Charlie Lopresti. Charlie, the snow will die down, but the wind and the snow drifts, those are still going to be a problem.
Yeah, we're already seeing that trend, Adrian. The steadiest and heaviest stuff is starting to shift off to the west, and that will weaken with time. Portions of New Hampshire are still seeing some moderate to heavy bands of snow, but that will start to relax in the coming hours as well.
Maria, you actually have some experience with that yourself.
We did today. Now our live truck looks big. It looks like it could drive through anything, even all of this snow, but unfortunately that just wasn't the case earlier today. Take a look at this video from earlier. Yeah, but that's our live truck stuck as we tried to get out of Sleepers Market in downtown Sanford. Now we were very lucky to have those two guys you see there come over and help shovel us out, but the task was no joke. With upwards of 2 feet of snow and wind gusts moving things around, shoveling turned into a workout you can't get at the gym.
Oh, my back is killing me. I'm wiped. I'm ready for bed, but I don't think my day's gonna end right now.
Well, we are certainly appreciative to have their help, and if you do find yourself in a similar situation, some tips to remember. First, clear a path, giving your tires room to roll, but make sure to clear the exhaust so the car doesn't fill up with backed up fumes. Then add traction. If you know you're going to be driving in this type of weather, it's smart to carry around kitty litter or sand to spread in front and behind the tires. You can also get more traction if you deflate your tires a little. And finally, straighten your wheels, rock the vehicle back and forth, but don't gun it.
Fox 23's Jennifer Long is live for us, and Jen, they still have a lot of work ahead of them out there.
Absolutely, Greg. This is the story around a lot of Portland. As you can see, the roads are relatively clear, but right now I am standing in about a 3-foot snowbank, which is where cars usually park. You can see the parking signs right here. This is right out front of City Hall, and no one is going to be able to park on this street until they clear this snow. Again, this is the story throughout a lot of streets in Portland. So city plows are still working throughout the city to try to clear some of these areas. Now, they do have the parking ban on their side tonight. They don't have to deal with cars being on the road. Right now, they are just really fighting against Mother Nature. We got so much snow in this storm. The city is really running out of places to put all that snow.
Our coverage of the blizzard of 2015 continues right now. The storm is starting to wind down, but we are not done yet.
Yeah, we still have a few hours of snow left tonight, then a lot of cleanup tomorrow. Fox 23 Chief Meteorologist Charlie Lopresti joins us live from outside on our weather deck. What's it feeling like out there now, Charlie?
Well, Adrian, you know, not only do we have some light falling snow, but it's more the blowing and drifting snow that we're dealing with right now. This wind is still very active. It's a stiff northerly wind. I can feel that on my face, but the wind is gusting at times around 40 miles per hour. So yes, the heaviest of the snow is starting to wind down, but we're still dealing with some problems out there. The blizzard warning has been discontinued. We still have a winter storm warning that remains in effect until 4 a.m.
What are you doing out there?
Well, okay, I wanted to show you guys how these sidewalks are not clear. I actually tried to walk up on this snowbank and then I fell down in it. So, I mean, it's almost as tall as I am.
Many towns between 1 and 2 feet, some areas slightly over 2 feet. I got to update that one from Mike in North Sebago. He's a little bit higher. York County around 1 to 2 feet there as well. So there we go.
Busy day.
Yep.
And a busy day tomorrow digging out. Have a great night. See you over on CBS 13 News at 11.